You're just a free handyman, not family, Mom snapped. They kicked me out for refusing to bail out my sister again. They never saw what I'd do next. You're really saying no? After everything we've done for you? Mom barked, tossing a wrench on the table like it was a gavel. Done for me? I repeated, stunned. You mean guilt-tripping me into replacing the men who left? You mean fixing Leah's car, paying her rent, hauling her furniture for free? Watch your tone. Dad grunted from his recliner, not looking up from the news. You're a grown man living under our roof. You don't get to pick and choose when to be helpful. I have my own life, I snapped. I missed my job interview last week because Leah locked her keys in her car again and Mom said, "You're her brother, help her." Leah, standing by the door in heels and a fresh blowout, smirked. You act like you've got real problems. You're still here at 25. You don't even pay rent. That did it. Mom grabbed my duffel from the hallway, flung it onto the porch, and said, If you're not going to step up for this family, then leave. You're not part of it anymore. You're just a body in this house. Nothing you do ever matters anyway. They had no idea what I'd already put in motion. Who I am. I'm Ethan Carter, 25 years old. Graduated trade school 2 years ago, was supposed to move to Denver last fall for a high-paying welding job. I never went. Dad said, Your sister's falling apart. We need you here. So I stayed, to help out. But helping turned into being used. Hauling Leah's crap, fixing her apartment plumbing, fronting money when her child support fell through. Nobody noticed when I stopped sleeping well, or eating, or speaking up. I'm not lazy. I'm not entitled. I'm just tired of being useful and invisible at the same time. The family cast. Mom, Patricia Carter, 57, matriarch with martyr syndrome. Believes sons exist to fill the gaps that weak men leave behind. Dad, Ron Carter, 61. Emotionally absent, grew up hard, expects the same from his son. Says things like, You think I had it easy? Instead of offering support. Leah, my sister, 28. Single mom of 2. Toxic relationship history. Uses charm and crisis to stay center stage. Treats me like her personal Uber/mechanic. Me, Ethan Carter, 25. Skilled, overused, unappreciated, but not broken. Not yet. 2 weeks ago, I found out Mom had used my name to sign on a payday loan to cover Leah's past due electric bill. She never told me. I only found out when I applied for a car loan and was denied for open default activity. When I confronted her, We needed it, she said flatly. You're a man, Ethan. This is what men do. They step up. That's when I started recording everything. I gave up as a job offer in Texas 2 years ago, my dream apprenticeship, because Dad slipped in the garage and shattered his hip. Leah had just been dumped again. She moved in the same week. With 2 toddlers and a broken-down SUV, I stayed. I worked construction, helped pay bills, drove Leah's kids to preschool, fixed everything from broken pipes to her emotional breakdowns. When I tried to talk about moving forward, Mom said, Why do you always make it about you? Because it never was about me, not once. For weeks, I had been recording every conversation, their insults, manipulation, the payday loan confession. I scanned loan documents, took photos of Leah's texts asking for gas money while getting her nails done. Then I uploaded it all to a private Google Drive and emailed the link to Dad's union rep, Mom's church leader, Leah's ex who's fighting for custody, and an attorney who specializes in identity theft. Subject, You should know what I've been covering up. The next morning, I was gone. 3 days later, I was eating eggs at a friend's place when Mom showed up at the door in a panic. How could you betray your family like this? I stood, slow. calm. You mean, how could I finally stop being your backup husband, your silent bank, your live-in mechanic? Leah stormed up behind her. You're ruining everything. My kids are scared. CPS showed up at my door. I looked her dead in the eye. Good. Maybe they'll finally meet someone who puts them first. Dad stood behind them, quiet, pale. For the first time in my life, he looked like a man who had nothing to say. I moved into a small garage apartment outside Columbus. Not much, but mine. Picked up part-time gigs, rebuilt my credit, started training for welding certs again. Dad called 2 weeks later. I was wrong, he said. We failed you. I didn't stand up for you because I thought it made you strong. I didn't say much, but I didn't hang up either. Moving forward. Today, I welded for 6 hours in peace. No screaming kids, no guilt trips, no sudden crises, just the sound of metal and clarity. Mom texts sometimes. Says Leah's trying to get her life together. CPS is involved. Things are different now. I'm not sure I believe it yet, but I believe in myself again. That's new. Last week, I got my acceptance letter for the Denver program. I start in the fall. And this time, I'm going. Before I packed, I wrote one line in my old notebook. You're not selfish for leaving people who only keep you around when you're useful. I closed it, zipped the bag, and smiled.